Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the FastCap RCV. I guess we'll call this the Gen 1. My understanding is they have updated this device to a Gen 2. That's slightly more updated, I guess. The new one says 15 amps. I don't know. I'm not here to talk about that. I want to talk about this device that I've had for about 8 years. I had a video on this about 8 years ago when I first got it. This has been an amazing accessory for my vacuum that I have frequently used with this hose end adapter that I've worn mostly as a bracelet or as a wristband so I can control my vacuum from anywhere in my garage. But the other day I found myself using the crevice tool quite a bit trying to clean out my car, and I don't use this that often. Usually I've got a much wider end adapter at the end of the vacuum hose, but because of the amount of air constriction that this nozzle creates, it presumably increased the amperage draw of the vacuum, and hopefully you can see this here on camera. You can see how it caused the end of this to actually melt on me. And then I'll put a picture up, I'll put a picture here on the screen of how it also melted the vacuum plug as well. And so as a result of that, I have decided that it is clearly time to retire this device. It's lasted 8 years, it's been great. And this was the death knell for it. My guess is that had I not been using this with such constricted airflow, it would have been fine. But the moment that it got above 10 amps, this whole thing heated up here because this device was hot to the touch, and then melted the plastic on the device and melted the plastic at the end of the vacuum plug. And I could clearly smell it from across my garage. And so while this device might still be salvageable, I'm going to go ahead and declare this device dead. I've got my money's worth out of it after 8 years, and I think it's been a fantastic addition to my garage. And so I'm going to replace this with what I think is the closest alternative. That, doing a little bit of digging on Amazon, the updated version from FastCap was not available on Amazon and had a different sort of bracelet or wristband adapter that was probably better suited for putting on the end of a hose, but I've really liked this. This has been really handy. And so I picked up this Fosmon outdoor wireless remote control because it reminded me quite a bit of this FastCap design, but also is rated for 15 amps. And so here's what comes with the Fosmon adapter. And if I just lay these side by side with the FastCap, you'll see these are almost identical looking accessories. Just a little bit different. And then on this one here, it indicates that there's some pairing instructions for the remote control. And looking in here, there is a remote. Now this is unfortunately much bigger than what the FastCap remote was. Here's the FastCap remote, and here is the Fosmon remote. Now with any luck, maybe I could use this with the Fosmon. I don't know, we'll see. And the Fosmon runs on a CR2032 battery, and also comes with some instructions in the box. The pairing process on the Fosmon is just as simple as, after you get the battery in the remote, clicking and pressing down on the button after you plug this in. Now, one thing that I was slightly annoyed at is I was hopeful that I could actually pair my FastCap remote, which is still just fine, with this Fosmon adapter. It would not take it after multiple attempts. I'm guessing the frequency is wrong. I can't find the frequency on the FastCap one here specifically. The Fosmon also does not have the specific frequency on it as well. I will note on the back, let me turn down my light here, of the device, hopefully that's legible now, but this also does not list a specific frequency, but this is a rain tight and approved for outdoor usage, which I thought was interesting. And I highly, highly suspect that these two devices are made or were made at the same facility. Just there's enough similarities between them that I'm suspicious of that. And then when I couldn't get this to pair, then my next idea was, well, maybe the guts of this controller are really the same as the guts of this controller, and I could put the board in here into here. Unfortunately, no dice. The board in here, I only was able to pry this about halfway open, but it definitely fits the full width of this, which is definitely wider than what this FastCap remote is, unfortunately. So that wasn't going to work either. And so this sort of fits in the FastCap band, but clearly there's about, I don't know, what is that, maybe a fifth of it that's still hanging out of the end, and clearly that's just kind of an awkward bit that's not secure. And because this is black, I suspect for me to really make this useful, one of the things I'm going to have to do is put this on some form of a multicolored lanyard to be able to keep track of, that I don't lose sight of it, or set it down and then inevitably can't find it back. That was the beauty of this FastCap remote. I might see if I can still find an older one of these on eBay or something, because I really like that. And by that, I really mean this part of it, or maybe there's some way I can get this smaller. I don't know, but I think for now the Fosmon will work. It's rated for 15 amps, so it should be heavier duty than the FastCap RCV. And so, unfortunately, that's where I'm at today with this. So here you can see the Fosmon adapter plugged into the side of my Dust Deputy cart with my vacuum plugged into it. And now I will simply click the remote button. And back off, and you can see that the light on there is red when it's on. So if you don't have a really loud device like a vacuum, you can tell if it's on or off. And then that's it. And obviously when you press the button, if you can see that, the LED up here glows red, and it's got a really quick feedback. And so this works well for now. I don't know what I'm going to do with the FastCap one. Maybe I'll try to rebuild it. We'll see. And if this video useful and interesting, give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.